Hi everybody, Lisa here with another Vera Bradley bag of the day. Today I'm Duke, calm down. Calm down. I know it's exciting. We're super excited because I got this bag that is a new style to me. I mean it's a relatively new addition, I think, to the line, but it's certainly something that I wasn't really considering before. But out of desperation, I started to consider it. And a couple of things. First off, I know I was on a spending freeze, a Vera buying freeze. I know it. But I broke it in another late night Vera crazy moment when I noticed that it was the last sale that was on 25% off of crossbodies and other selected styles, and it was literally the last day of the sale. And it must have been, the sale was, done, going to be done at midnight, and it must have been like 11:45 p.m. I'm lying there in bed and I realized, oh, I have a coupon. So for $20 off. So I was able to combine the 25% off and the $20 off, and literally at like 11:58, I hit the order button on this, calm down people, on this bag, because I just have been feeling so frustrated at the lack of shoulder bag styles. Okay, Dookie, calm down. Because I feel like a lot of the styles that I've liked recently are being retired, and I feel, Duke, I feel like they aren't being replaced in the same quantity that, number that they're being retired. And there seem to be a lot of backpacks, and if you're not into backpacks, I mean, at my last count there were 21 or 22 styles of backpacks, literally, and only about 10 styles of shoulder slash tote bags. If you don't like hipsters and you don't like the Carson shoulder bag, you're really limited. And so it's getting very frustrating. I sort of turned to this style, looking at this style out of desperation. And it is expensive when it's not on sale. So I hadn't really been thinking about it until the sale hit, and I got desperate and I started thinking about it. And this is the iconic large on the go. Let me close the top just so people can see what it looks like in full. So this is relatively new. I mean, for a while it was just, there was the regular size on the go, which is a little bit smaller, and that's too small for me. But this one, I felt like maybe I could make it work as a shoulder bag, even though it's more of a crossbody. And so I have been playing around with this strap to see if I can get it to the length that I want, because I can't get it as short as I want it to be, and the strap is not removable. It's not like on the Carson shoulder bag. I do feel like that's a feature I like, where you can remove the straps to customize. And if that were a feature here, then I really feel like I could do something fantastic with this strap, more to my liking. But I'm jerry rigging, in the process of jerry rigging something, and I'm going to make it work. The second thing with this bag that I did, because it was, that nighttime Vera crazy, state, I was breaking my tendency to not want to order things through the website, because pattern placement is so important to me, especially when a pattern has critters. And as everyone probably is aware, this is Lavender Meadow, current pattern, and it has ladybugs and bees in it. And that's, to me, when the pattern has critters, everything else just sort of falls to the wayside, and I don't really care about the flowers. I don't care about anything else. All I see are the critters. And so I felt like it was risky. I'm ordering this from the website, and I could get no ladybugs, or the ladybugs could be cut off, or I won't get any bees. And so I was not getting my hopes up too much. I was thinking I might have to return this. I ordered it literally at like 11:58. So I got my coupons in just under the wire because my $20 off coupon, $20 off, was going to expire at midnight on the day that I ordered this as well. So I really just snuck in there. And after I ordered it, I went to my local Hallmark, and I happened to have I think it was a 20% off coupon there. And I was talking to the store manager who has helped me out with sales, let me know, give me heads up when sales are coming on Vera and stuff like that. And I was looking at this. They had this bag. They had 3 of these bags, and I was looking at one that had excellent pattern placement with the ladybugs and the bees. And I thought maybe I'll just buy it and I'll return the other thing, or I'll have them both and I can pick which I like better. Even though it would have been more, the Hallmark one would have been more expensive. Only would have been, like $20 off. Please stop licking, Dookie. But anyway, when I took out my coupon, she said, no, they've got a recent instruction from Vera Bradley that they cannot use this coupon anymore on Vera Bradley products, which I think is a real shame. I feel sorry for the retailers, these partner retailers of Vera Bradley, because I feel, they lost a sale on me. I mean, I said, okay, well, it's expensive. And she agreed, yeah, this is an expensive bag. And so, she was saying she doesn't know when they're going to go on sale, and, trying to work with me about sales and specials that they might have where I can use a coupon on it. So it's kind of a shame. I feel like, in a way, Vera Bradley is not supporting their partner retailers as well as they could be with the restrictions on coupons. Because, this is a $100 bag, straight retail. That's a lot of money for most people, for normal people. Especially, people, who don't need another bag. Really. So I thought that was a shame. But anyway, so then I did just leave me with this. And so then I really was placing all my hopes on this, and how was the pattern placement going to be? And it turns out I got pretty good pattern placement, so I'm very relieved. And it ended up being a good deal. I mean, I almost got it for almost half price, just a couple of bucks more than half price. So the bag, I feel like, is a good size shoulder bag. Like it's similar in shape and feel, slouchy, sort of soft feel to the reversible tote, which I like so much. But it's a little bit bigger. Measure it. I haven't even really measured it, and then I'll put it on and talk about the handle length as I have it sort of jerry-rigged, but then I will undo it so people who are interested in it, as it really is, can see, because, it's a crossbody too. I did try it on as a crossbody. I don't know if I ever used that way. I bought some Velcro stuff that seems more permanent to adjust the strap, and I'm hesitant to use it because what if someday, I want to use it as a crossbody. So I'm mostly just trying to jerry-rig something that's temporary but holds and doesn't look too, crazy. So this top opening here, which is a soft plastic zipper, and it curves down. It's about 13 and a half. The zipper length is about 13 and a half, and you can see that it does have a curve to it, which is nice. The bottom, about 13. From top to bottom here is 10. And that's 5. It does get narrower you know, it tapers towards the top. So it has these east-west pockets. What I like to talk a little bit about the pattern placement. Oh, the strap width. I'll get to the straps, of course. It's about 1¼ inches. So with the pattern placements, this is technically the front. It's got the pleather, and unfortunately, the god-awful metal zipper. It's not a metal zipper, it's a god-awful metal zipper. I think that's the official term for this kind of zipper in my world. It has a nice big zipper pocket. I do like that. It goes the whole, you know, length of the bag, nice and deep, lined with the coordinating lining, which I will try to get a good shot of, because if anyone hasn't seen it yet, it has, not only does it have ladybugs, but they're different. It's not just one style of ladybug, which I think is what's nice about it. The zipper tent seems to be working okay. Sometimes I feel like they catch these metal zippers, but this one seems to not be too stiff and sticky. Got the pleather. It's a pleather pull tie, which is a shame. I feel like the ribbon really classes it up a little bit. So when I saw this, I was just so pleased because you can see here, got a ladybug there, but also a bee over there, which was important. It was important to me to get that critter. I know everybody's focusing on the ladybugs with this pattern, but I think the bees are really sweet. And that pop of yellow, like I've talked about in my other 2 videos, especially the second one where I talk about the color theory behind this pattern. The yellow, that pop of yellow is really nice. And so it was important to me to get the bee as well. And the version of this that they had in Hallmark had a really, really good bee and ladybug here. And then up top here, I mean, there's something going on here, but that's sort of an unfortunate overlapping, sort of cut off ladybugs. But there's one up here. And there's another bee over there. So I was pleased with that. And then, you know, to me, I mean, the foliage and everything else is great. Love it. But I really don't care. I really don't care as long as I got the critters where I want them. Everything else I'm happy with, because, you know, there's really no bad parts of this pattern, right? I mean, it's just great. You've got these leaves that sort of look a little bit like palm fronds, you know, and they have a bluish, this green has sort of a bluish cast, which is so nice. Especially if you like blues. I mean, I tend to like blue. And, you know, these almost look like, well, these look like hydrangeas to me, and this almost looks like a, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, a Gerber or a daisy. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's almost what that looks like to me. And then the sides I thought was kind of interesting, and it's always kind of, I find it kind of neat when this happens. The section of the pattern on the east-west pockets is the same on both sides. So I got the ladybug here, and it's nice to have a ladybug on these, because that's the part of the bag when you're someone's facing you directly, that's what they're going to see. They're going to see that, not that anyone's paying attention to your bag, but but you know, it's just nice to have that there. And you get, again, those blue-green leaves and a ladybug, and so you can see it's the same part of the fabric there. So I thought that was kind of nice. Then the back of the bag has this slip pocket. Again, a nice, big, generous size. You know, takes up the whole back of the bag, runs the whole length of the back of the bag. And again, you know, there we go. The ladybug there. So I was pleased that I got that ladybug there. I think there's a bee somewhere on this back. I don't know where it is now. Oh, up top. Way up top. There's a little bee there. I think that might be the only one. No, there's another one on the edge there. So again, it's just I think the light will pop in if I hold it up here long enough. Yeah, you can see the light pops in there. It's just such a great pattern. I'll put the link to the other video where I talk about the colors in the video description here in case people are interested, but I won't go over all that discussion again. It's repetitive, but if people are interested in and these colors, and why I think, you know, people are so taken with this pattern, and why they find it so appealing is because of the color theory behind these colors and their placement on the color wheel. So if anyone's interested in that. Okay, so now the strap, I felt like, even at its shortest, was just, the bag was hitting just a little too low, hitting against my hip, and that makes, when it hits at that length, it looks old-fashioned for a shoulder bag. I think it's more modern, when a bag, which is sort of more of a hobo style, where it's sort of slouchy and pulling in at the top, when it sits up higher in your body, it looks more modern. So that was my big concern, and so I have shortened it here. You can see, I bought these Velcro tabs. They're sort of like zip ties. This is obviously, you know, not an ideal color. I used this one. The pack came with multiple color versions of this. And I just put this one on here because I wanted it to show, or, you know, people to see it obviously in the video, so they can see what I did. But I'm going to replace it with one that doesn't jump out as much. And then I'll probably cover it with a ribbon or something at some point. Try to, I don't know, find a Martha Stewart video. So maybe I can do something that looks a little bit, you know, somewhat professional. But the strap was nice too, because the strap was cut on a piece of the fabric that has the ladybug, and this is a ladybug with the wings open. That's one of the ladybugs. There are a couple of different style ladybugs on the pattern, and this one has its wings open slightly. So I'll put the bag on and move the camera so people can see what I'm talking about. This is the first length, the length that I like it at. So I like it to sit, once again, all wrinkled. So I like it to sit high up. I like it to sit in this part of my body. It feels most comfortable, and I think it looks good. It looks more modern. And I'll take this off, and you'll see the bag drops to about here, and it just doesn't look as good. But here, I really like it. I think it looks kind of more modern, and it just feels comfortable and still easy to get into, you know, if I had to access something here. And as I say in a number of my videos, just for reference, I'm 5'4", about 130 pounds, maybe 125. I don't know exactly, but in that range. Some of my pants have been feeling a little looser. Woohoo! So that's why I think I might be a little bit under 130 now, but that gives you an idea, you know, to compare how it might look on you or hit on your body. So this length here, and the strap, like I said in the beginning, is not removable. So, you know, if it were removable, then you would have more flexibility. You know, like on the 100, that strap is removable. Like I said, on the Carson shoulder bag, that strap is removable. It's a nice feature when they do that. And so here you're really kind of stuck. It was something I noticed right away. Oh, I'm stuck with this. So, oh well, what are you going to do, right? About 22. I have it at about 22, my jerry-rigged version. Just to point out also a nice little design thing here that I didn't really point out. This is on the side of the bag. You've got, you know, the strap here and this hardware. And then there's this strap that almost is like reminiscent of the straps on the iconic Vera tote. Running down. They don't go all the way down. It eventually hits the lining. But I just thought that was kind of nice with the piping there in the fabric. Obviously on the other side too. And here's the buckle. I like the buckle. It's soft. It's got soft edges, soft look to it, I feel like. So if I take this Velcro zip tie kind of thing off, I want the dogs to get into that. That gives me about 5 to 6 inches, I think, of length. So the real shortest adjustable length of this, I do have all my stuff in here, so that, and I did have just come back from being out carrying this bag like this with that, you know, silly orange zip tie thing. Just to see if it worked and if it held. And it did. I'll take out all my stuff. I have my typical stuff in here, and it wasn't too heavy, and it held. So 29. So I had it at 26 or so, 22 or so. The real shortest length is 29. And this is how it looks on. So you can see that's quite a difference, right, in length, because it was up, you know, I had it up about there, you know, and that to me just looks a bit more dated. Kind of reminds me of the length of the strap on a pocketbook my mom would carry. And I don't think it looks bad. I just think it looks different. It just looks a little bit more old-fashioned. Like it makes it a different type of bag then. Less like a hobo. Like I'm trying to sort of get it to be a little bit like a hobo. Since I did away with my Carson hobo, thank you very much. No Carson hobo, no Hadley tote. I mean, don't even get me started. So now I can do a crossbody. I can see how it looks crossbody. Make an adjustment. Peaches, I hear that licking, and you know it's driving me crazy. So there we go. Oh, that's pretty easy. Just to get the longest, you know, measurement here. Oh, she's really licking. Peaches, please stop. I don't know if you people can hear that out there. 55 is the longest strap adjustment. So that's quite long. Yeah, that would really... I don't think I need that length. That's for tall people. I am a short person. Okay, let's see how this feels. Okay, so that feels like it fits at a decent spot for me. And that length, just curious what that length is. That length is about 41. So it's not bad. Doesn't look bad. I feel like I'm aware of the strap a little bit on my back, but it doesn't feel bad, and it doesn't. In my last video, I was talking about the vintage on the go bag that I had bought, and how I like the strap. It was nice and wide, and it was soft. And this is not quite as soft as that, but it doesn't feel chintzy. It doesn't feel like it's cutting into me, but it doesn't feel quite as wide. I don't know if this would get to be a problem for people if they loaded this up super heavy. For me, it wouldn't be a deal breaker because I'm not going to wear this way a lot. If I do, it's going to be in, you know, just a certain like emergency kind of situation, and I'll just suck it up and deal with it. It wouldn't be anything I would complain about. I mean, I think it's probably going to be one of the more comfortable crossbody straps. So now, just to show people what I had in here, and maybe try to get a look at the lining. I had a sweatshirt. Let's see. I can even sort of, can't really see much in there with my sweatshirt, I guess. But I did have a sweatshirt in there, and my other stuff, and you can sort of see there's still all this space up here. All my stuff is sort of slid down to one side. So it's a really generous size, which was what I wanted. I wanted a large shoulder bag. I just feel like you really don't have a lot of options now to get a large shoulder bag that's not a tote bag. So my, all-in-one that I use as a wallet, all-in-one crossbody, my iPad mini and my GPS, and these are not lightweight things. And the bag didn't feel bad, it felt okay. And also, my jerry-rigged thing held. I did use a slip pocket in here, which is unusual for me, for my iPad mini. My iPod and my phone too. So inside, on the top, on one wall of the bag, you get a large. Large zipper pocket there, and it's a good size. Get my whole hand in there. Soft plastic zipper. And on the other wall of the bag, there, 2 slip pockets that take up the entire wall, the entire side of the bag. So they're good size, And then these east-west interior pockets that have, there we go, that are sort of gathered. I don't know if you can see that. They are elasticized. The edge is elasticized. I'm not crazy about that. To me, that's a little diaper bag-ish. Like I think, and these slip the size of these slip pockets also kind of leads me to believe that they had that in the back of their mind, like maybe this would double as a diaper bag for some people. So I don't know, but I'm not crazy about the gathered east-west pockets in there for that reason. The lining is nylon or polyester, whatever. But it's just so sweet. And I think this bag is machine washable. I can put that in the description, but I think I did look when I was buying it, and I think you can throw it in the wash. I just want to turn it inside out because I just think it's worth it to get a good look at these ladybugs. Little. Okay. So you can see, here you've got, waiting for the light there. You got some that have like little flowers with them, and one is on a leaf. One has, there's I never know what side I'm there. That's the one with the flowers. The one with a leaf, on a leaf there. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't, 6, oh no, 7. It looks like there are at least 7 different ladybugs here. I just think that's awesome. It's just really nice that I feel like they really followed through with the idea here, right? It could have been really sort of cheap and just had one ladybug, and everyone still would have been thrilled. Everyone who's crazy about ladybugs and thinks they're so sweet would have still been really happy. But they really went above and beyond here. And they've got two different styles of ladybugs with leaves. This one here with the little flowers, and this one. They have these are different. If you look at them closely, they are different. This one too. You can tell by the way they're the spaces in between the wings. And then this one, you know, also flowers, different from this one, which is different from this one, you know. So here's a 7 that I think. 1, 3, I mean 4, 8. 8 looks like, right? This row and this row. Yes. I think there are at least 8. That's my number. I'm sticking to it. I think there are at least 8 different ladybugs in this lining, which I just think is awesome. So I kudos to Vera Bradley for that, because I know I do complain about. There's certain, you know, I try not to complain too much about the brand because I do, you know, I'm buying it. I like it. To be spending, you know, an inordinate amount of money on on this product. But I am disappointed when that certain styles have been discontinued, and there doesn't seem to be as much attention on certain styles, placed on certain styles, and they seem to be assuming you love backpacks and hipsters and crossbodies. So those are my big beefs. And the metal zipper. I don't mind the nylon lining. Yes, cotton is nice. I don't mind the nylon lining. I don't like the noise. I don't like the sound of it, but what are you going to do? But the fact that, you know, that they do these kinds of design details in the fabric, I think that's very nice. That there still is that attention to detail at times. So anyway, this is, you know, it's definitely, I think, a style, especially if I find that my way to jerry rig the strap to the length that I like. If I'm very satisfied with that, I definitely could see spending more money and getting another pattern in this style bag, especially if it's on sale, of course. I don't know if I could convince I wouldn't spend the full retail now just because I don't have the money and I can't justify it. But if it's on sale, then I can justify it to myself. So, you Vera ladies know what I'm talking about. Don't look at me like you don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so this was the iconic large on the go, and I enjoyed it, using it today. I felt very comfortable today, so I'm hopeful that until such time that they may introduce another shoulder bag that I like, I will try to make this, jerry rig this and make it work as a shoulder bag, and so far I feel like I'll be able to do that. So I hope this is helpful for anyone who might have been interested in this style. Not really gotten a look at it yet because it is fairly new. Anyway, thanks so much.